Rotational power is a critical component of most sports, especially if you look at sports such as hockey, baseball, golf, that have a massive rotational component being relative to a lot of those execution of sports moves such as shooting, hitting, or the golf club swing. You got a pattern of movement that can be tough to duplicate in a gym setting. So a lot of times, yes, all right, that's the emphasis of sport practice, but in the gym, what can we do to reinforce proper rotational power development mechanics? And a big problem that you'll see with some novice or beginners within those sports is learning or the comprehension of how to separate out the hips or initiate from the hips with our power. And what I mean by that is, if you take, for instance, once you get back in your loading phase, be it for a baseball swing, it could be golf swing, it could be even for shooting a puck. Once you get loaded, we have to initiate from the hips first, and then the torso and the arms follow. And what that does allows us to get our hips through, and that strength and the power to develop from the ground and from the hips is what ultimately feeds into what we're making connection with through the upper extremity. To train that torso and hip function, we can grab a rope attachment on a cable and get back into the loading pattern. So if this was going to be relative, say, a golf swing, or you can again make it relative to baseball as well, whatever the sport may be. But if we're here loaded, the ability to kind of basically initiate with a little bit of a hip bump and then the rotation. So you'll want to feel, obviously, when you get back here in a loaded position, bump with the hip and then through. So if we were to speed it up, bump through, and it's a similar pattern motion as those of you that have kind of skipped rocks before, to get that hip and then tossing it through. That's what we want to feel when we're in this position. So here, loaded, bump the hip, and in doing so, as I bump through this front hip, I'm also initiating some rotation in the direction that I want to be projecting my whatever it is, baseball, golf ball, hockey puck. Here, bump and through, bump, through. To add in a little bit more specificity, you could take whatever you have available to you. Here I have a lacrosse ball. It could be a golf ball, but you can take your stance, get very specific to your joint angles, and then from there, having the visual feedback of keeping your eyes locked on your target, bump through. So again, it's just layering in some specificity to the sport demand itself. Hope this is helpful to you. Any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below.